Hi everybody, welcome back to Majestic Collectibles. This is the Silver Bronze Age comic and magazine collection I picked up. If you've been following along, you'll know that we found some pretty neat stuff in the last two boxes. I do apologize though for the last video being so long. I'm not going to do the back covers anymore. It just takes too long, but thanks for sticking with me on that. If you guys get a chance, you know the routine, click like, hit subscribe, leave me your questions and comments, and there we go. Nothing great here. This is some of the newest stuff that I've got in the collection. Well, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. And I've got some newer FF, and I think was a big one that I had quite a bit in the 80s, but I don't know if I got any more Alpha Flight than that. I guess I wasn't looking too hard for them, so if there's more in there, I don't know. Let me get some of this. Oh, that faked me out. So there's two of these in here, so let me start number 10. That's the lowest numbered one, and we'll just go from there. I gotta get my, sorry about that squeak, get my pile of these really bad sleeves out of the way. I love that cover. Those are two really nice books too. I don't see any water damage on them. Here's another cover that I've always liked. Being a sci-fi horror guy, it's got the man thing right on there. And king size special with the Shocker. I believe that had a reprint story in it. I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that that was a reprint story of the first Shocker appearance. Oh, you know what? I'm going to skip that just for a second. That must have got out of order somehow. So let me get these giant size Spider-Man Doc Savage. I gotta tell you, I was never a huge Doc Savage fan, even though I'm a pulp guy with the Shadow and the Spider and some other stuff. He was, I don't know, I had a few and I ended up selling them. I didn't like them. Corey, I think this is the one you were looking for, giant size Spider-Man, Master of Kung Fu with Shang-Chi. In that one. If so, let me know, because I'll forget by the time I'm done. Jason, if you're watching, my classmate from Storm Lake, Iowa, I know you like some Weird War, and I know you need to fill in your collection, so give me a holler if you see this video. Let me know which issues you need, because I'm betting I have them. I have most of these higher number ones myself. These are in really, really nice shape. Really not super valuable, though. I don't get too many people looking for the later issues. Under 20, they're pretty popular though. So I do have quite a few collectors. I'm going to push that back just a little bit. Collectors looking for the earlier issues. And I don't know if I have them all. These things are kind of, they are a little bit out of order. They're skipping a lot of numbers, but I think I've got quite a few as I recall. One of my favorite titles as a kid, it was really, oops, somebody shoved that in there wrong. It was really hard to find. And I don't know, I haven't pointed out the Joe Kubert covers on an awful lot of these, if not every one. That one's not, but I love the combination because I was a big fan of GI Combat and Sergeant Rock. So when you added Weird War in there, yeah, you know, you couldn't go wrong. I didn't even know these were stuck in here. This is pretty rough. Yeah, water damaged, so foxing on that one, low grade. This one doesn't look quite as bad. I know I said I wasn't going to show you the back covers, but I had to look. I wanted to see if the water damage was there, and it was. This one, yeah, it's still the same. Still readable. Care Bears, I actually sell a lot of these. They've come off, I guess, their peak. They used to be really, really good, and now they sell, but a lot of them in the $5 range. For nice ones, beat up ones, not so much. Here we're back to some Weird War. Jumping all over numbers wise. That was a Kubert cover. I think this is too, yep. That's another Kubert cover. I don't know how many covers Joe Kubert and Jack Kirby did in their careers, but I gotta tell you, you hit the newsstand and they would have 4 or 5 covers every week. I swear, they just were, man, they turned out a lot of stuff for us comic readers. Really, really amazing. I don't know anybody today that even gets close to doing this kind of volume of work and quality of work both on that. And let me see, oh, a good blimp cover. Novel length chiller. So what that means is that they usually weren't split into 2 parts, which I really like, so I didn't have to worry, because since they're hard to find, I didn't always find the next issue. I might go 2-3 months before I found another one. So, you know, I didn't have to worry about missing a story. Most of these were all self-contained. Good, Godzilla. That's a title that I think with the new Monster Universe stuff is got some more attention, and it really wasn't a bad read. You know, it didn't go very long. I think number 23 or 24 in there, so it was a fun book. That one's water damaged. This one's water damaged. The Weird Wars do not appear to be too bad, though. These appear to be really nice. Oh, here's an earlier one. Now here's the ones, Jason, if you're watching the video, I think I do need some of these earlier ones under 20, but let me know, send me the list. If I have duplicates of it or whatever, I'll be happy to part with them to help you fill out your collection. I still think that's Swamp Thing. It's not Swamp Thing if you well, anyway, cool book. This is a tough one. It's not super valuable again. It's one that usually, you know, when it turns up, it's a little rough. And I gotta tell you, this one, it's only a VG, but I think that's nicer than the other ones I have. I've got 2 or 3 other number 1s, but they're really bad condition-wise. Weird War Tales number 2. That one is a little rough. There's number 4. I always like that cover. Again, Joe Kubert. Just, I don't know what it is with the look on these things, especially the 20 and 25 centers. They just kind of had a certain, I don't know if patina is the right word, or design, or feel, or look, or whatever. Style, couldn't tell you. And of course, I'm biased because these are the ones I grew up with. But they just are really, really great runs of covers and stories and fun stuff on here. Oh, try and get that without breaking the spine. Here's another one of my favorite covers. Good old, you know, you got Nazis and vampire bats, and well, bad things happen to the Nazis, and it's just kind of a lot of fun. If there was ever a movie or TV episode, they should do that story, because it was a blast. Literally. This is another great cover. Much more traditional in your horror. This, I can't remember who did this one. This was not Joe. I don't know if it'll tell me inside there. It's not Bernie either. Oh, Joe Orlando's the Sheldon Meyer, who wrote Sugar and Spike. It's not telling me. I should look that up. But again, great cover. One of my all-time favorites. Number 16 there. Another awesome cover coming up, and there it is. Another one of my favorites. And here's another really good one. They just had so many of them. I don't think it was ever a top-selling title, but it did run surprisingly for a long time. Another awesome cover. I don't know. I know I'm geeking out over them. I apologize. I just really like these books. And it's going to be a long time before I can get these all sorted and see what I've got in my collection. It's probably going to be after first of the year. So anybody that's sending me any want lists, feel free to do so. Do not expect to hear from me for several months, because I have a lot to get through, and I've got to sort through and dig mine out and blah, 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 blah. Another awesome cover there. Really like that one. City of Death, and that is a Joe Kubert. And here you go, Creature Commandos introducing World War II's. Well, we'll see what goes on. This is kind of supposed to be the animated. I think it's animated from DC. It's the new series from them. We'll see what happens there, but that's where they came from, which does make sense, I guess, if you think about it. It's a good werewolf cover. Here you got the you know, the dinosaur Rotira, the dinosaur weapon, because you couldn't call it Godzilla, of course. And here we're jumping back up numbers wise. That was 67. Here's 92. I love that one because if you followed Viking Prince from the Showcase line or early on Silver Age DC, very reminiscent of some of those covers. Oh. And let's see, boy, we got, I don't know if this whole box, I think we have some other titles, but now I'm kind of wondering here. That's the zombie one. I like that one. Just some sharp stuff. This one's water damage, not too bad, but it is. I think that was the first one too. I don't think most of these are probably in the VF range. Fine for sure. Again, I have to make sure they're all complete. I love that one. The vampire cover on the ship. You know, that's just kind of got creepy all over it. So that was a good one. Oh, there, that one's. See, again, when you shove stuff in without it being a bag, it's easy to catch those corners and bend them. And now it's a nice cover. Here we go. Yep, all right. I thought there was more titles in here. Sergeant Rock, well, Our Army at War, which did turn into Sergeant Rock later on. And guess what? Oh no, Joe Kubert covers all over the place. Got some really classic covers in this run. I flipped it because I could feel that schmutz, so that stuck to something. That was definitely wet and damaged. And to do so many covers of the same book, the same thing, and come up with new themes and new designs every single, well, I don't know, month on this book, but he did so many a month. You think there'd be a lot more crossover with the covers and the designs than there are, which again just shows you how talented Joe is. He's not actually one of my top 10 favorite artists, but he's definitely up there. You know, he's definitely to be respected. And I certainly enjoyed Sergeant Rock and GI Combat and Weird War and Unknown Soldier and a whole bunch of stuff that he worked on for a very long time. These books are pretty nice. I'm a little, see, I say that one stuck to something and got wet. But most of these, I think, are probably fine or better. I'm really a little bit stunned, to be honest with you. A lot of the other books and the other boxes, the Marvel box, the Thors and stuff weren't too bad. And the Hulks weren't too bad, but a lot of them had some, you kind of get that gritty feel, almost a sandpaper feel to the cover when the gloss is gone, and these don't have that. So, just really nice. This is well, I don't know if it's quite a classic cover, but it is a popular one. It does not stick around when I get it in. That one's got some sort of tape damage and the cover there, unfortunately. And we're getting there. Hopefully this is going a little faster than the last video. I couldn't go much slower. And so far my battery's holding out. Oh my gosh. 4 times I had to stop the last video and start over because tech problems. I had never had, that's too bad. I never had so many tech problems shooting one video before. So hopefully they'll all be smoother. I just had to see if that was, because usually you get one that's stuck. Well, this is all water damage. I don't know if you can see the wrinkles in it, but they stick to the books next to them then, and then usually that next book has some damage also. But these seem to be okay, so just some spotty damage on them. And this is quite a run. I don't know if I've ever pulled out this this complete a run for this long in our Army at War. I don't know if he had a subscription. I'm almost suspicious. Well, I am suspicious that he must have had a subscription for quite a while to get so many issues without missing one. Because even if you bought them every month at the local dime store, grocery store, whatever, you know, sometimes they didn't come in, sometimes they were damaged, sometimes you're on vacation or playing baseball or swimming or whatever, and you missed it. And that definitely did not happen here. He's definitely got these filled in. So a true collector. And that makes it really fun. You know, whoever purchased this originally and kept it together since, what is this, 73? 72. That one got, I don't know, I assume that's a rodent shoe on there. That's too bad. That's a really good cover on that one. But to, you know, keep these runs together for basically 50 plus years. Even with the damage, at least they survived. Because a lot of them, I'll tell you what, a lot of them got thrown out. Everybody gives me the garage sale, yard sale story, but I'll tell you what, the vast majority didn't even get that far. They just got tossed. And there's another little tear up there, so I don't know if those... That didn't look like a chew, though, necessarily, but maybe it was. This one doesn't... This one might not be complete. That one didn't feel quite right, or either that or the centerfold's detached. And here's the era right in here where I started buying them off the shelf. And my dad was in the Army. He was a professional soldier before I was born, not while I was little. He was out by the time I came around. But he always liked them too, so I would read them and he would read them, and I think Dad always used the excuse to my mom, well, you know, I'm just reading to the kid, that's all water damaged. But he really liked them too. He always said, oh, I'm you know, buying it and I'm just reading it for me, and I'm like, not so much. He liked Batman too, so that was helpful. I liked Batman and he liked Batman, so I get the comics in, because I did have a subscription to this for a long time, right until the end basically. And I had it to GI Combat. I had subscription to Unknown Soldier, which used to be let's see, Star Spangled, I believe. And they all ended. I ran them to the end on all of them. They'd send you the little card and say, hey, you know, which title do you want? And then they'd send you however many issues were left on your subscription of that new title. And every time I got one of those cards, I just held my breath, because I knew it was, you know, a comic that I liked, because I had a subscription to it. I had a subscription to Avengers for a really long time. Had one to X-Men for a while, but I don't know. That was a book that just kind of came and went. This one's water damaged. Yeah, that's too bad. Came and went on the X-Men, so I had it for a few short years, maybe 3, and then not so much. I had World's Finest subscription till that one ended. Had Brave and the Bold till that one ended. So I had quite a few subscriptions. Of course, back then it was like what? Yeah, 25 cents. Well, that'd be what? $2.50 for 10 issues, which is usually you got a deal, so you know you got a little better rate than buying them off the newsstand. So it wasn't super expensive even back in the 70s to subscribe to these comics directly from the publisher. But I did have the lots of subcrease problems. They'd just ship it in a brown grocery sack kind of sleeve. And then you hope they didn't roll it up tight. Sometimes you get 2 or 3 comics about the same time, and then they'd shove them in my post office box up at the post office, and the corners kind of took it on the chin. So these are actually probably mostly better than the ones I had when my subscription showed up. And we're almost done, just a couple, 3 more. on this one. And this was kind of an all-war box. Other than a couple of oddballs, you kind of wonder if there's a secret life of Care Bears, because they had one Care Bears comic earlier. It's like, holy smokes, what's he doing in there? But I guess now we know, the perfect cover, right? And there's the last one in this box, Army at War, 288, 25 center. So that's it for this one. I got plenty of more videos coming from this collection. Also have, don't forget about the fire truck videos. I got to shoot some of those. Those will be coming soon. And I've got I guess an eclectic collection, you would say, coming after that. So lots of videos coming up over the next probably 3 to 4 weeks. Check those out. Thanks for watching.